Hello, this is the topic part of the Lee and D life's journeys. So basically, let's discuss why we decided to do van camping or van traveling. It's many reasons why, but one of the reasons that really started getting us into doing it was we live in Florida, Central Florida, so we get hurricanes. Now, in the part of Central Florida that I live in, we don't necessarily get hit with the hard hurricanes per se. We mostly get hit with the winds in the area that I'm in. But just in case that we do, we wanted to make sure that if we had to leave, that we actually had somewhere to stay. So what happens is when hurricanes come, people leave out of here in droves and they try to find places to stay, whether it's hotels, whichever way they go. And say they're going towards South Carolina, North Carolina. So as you're going toward that way, you got thousands and thousands of people looking for hotels and just places to stay, basically, because they may be in cars or they may be in trucks and they may have children and pets. So what we've noticed is, and so far we haven't had to leave yet out of the 14 years I've been here, but what we have noticed is that we heard a lot about complaints about people price gouging. So when it's time to have to go stay in a hotel, say it, further out, all of a sudden the prices shoot up because they know that basically is a need, right? So it's a need, and this is the time when people unfortunately want to make a lot of money. And they want to me, you want to rip people off in the most vulnerable times when you know they need somewhere to stay. So hotels go up, ice goes up, gas seems to go up. I mean, you have all these type of problems that go up. So when you have thousands of people trying to leave at the same time, it winds up getting, whether it's on the turnpike or interstate, it gets congested and you may not be able to get as far as you thought you was going to get. So that's one reason why we decided to make ourselves a travel camper. So if that happens, we'll always have somewhere to stay, whether it's pulled off to the side or whatever. We'll have our power, we'll have our water, we'll have our bathroom, we'll have everything we need in this camper van that we decided to make on our own, right? So that's one reason why. Hopefully, we never need this actually for a home, because you have, like in California, fires and mudslides and people losing their homes, tornadoes and hurricanes, people losing their homes. So while you lost your home, even though insurance, depending on what type of insurance you have, that say they may pay for a certain amount of time or may not, if you can get in contact them or not, or however long claims take, or FEMA or whatever to have you. By us having our camper van, we know we will have somewhere to stay and we can drive to a safer place until whatever, if anything, happens to rebuild our home or whatever the case may be. So yes, we still have our sticks and bricks, which is our home, which we're going to keep. Is paid off. But we want to make sure, we want to make sure that that we'll always have somewhere to go with our van. Now for travel, that's what we use our van for now, is travel. So with that being said, we're on a budget, basically, with seniors. So to travel to different states, right? I don't feel like making reservations, paying for hotels, paying for food, or what have you. So by being on our van, once again, which we keep our van as a utility van, so it stays in a stealth-like mode. It looks like a regular work van, and we can go in parking areas and sleep. So once again, we have power to keep the van cool off, to keep the van heated. And we know when to travel, right? If it's too hot, we're not going to be traveling around Florida. If it's too hot, we'll either stay home for a couple of months or we'll go further up north, upstate. And obviously if it's too cold, then obviously we'll stay in the Florida area or the South Carolina area or whatever area that's convenient for the van life. But we are insulating it and make sure that it can go to various states. So not that I could just stay in one state, one or two or three states. We just want to make sure everything's correct. So as we're doing that, that takes time and it takes money and we're on a budget. So what we do is, Each month we put a little aside, and we also look at Facebook Marketplace because that also helps us as far as you know, what you'll say, furnishing the van or putting the things that we need in it. A lot of people will start with camper van or van life and realize they don't like it, and they'll take their van apart and they'll start selling pieces of it on Facebook Marketplace. So we get a lot of pieces from that. You know, whatever it is, we'll get it and we'll make it our own. We'll go ahead and jerry rig it to fit to our van. So we've learned how to do that. And we go to these various camp fests where you get a chance to learn from other van campers and van life people on, you know, what you need for your van and what your van can handle and what it can't handle. So we're learning that from other people. And I really enjoy it because it's a very diverse group of people and they're very accepting to everybody, you know. We also have, you know, you have a lot of people that actually are forced to live in their vans or their SUVs or their cars or their trucks because rent has gotten so high that they cannot do anything else but live in there, right? So at the very least, if you have some type of vehicle, at the very least, you would like to have something like a sleeping bag or a cover or a small cooler or something in case you ever had to. Excuse all the wind, I'm on my porch in the back. But in case you ever had to be in your van, you can start getting that stuff now, and you can get it at flea markets, yard sales, estate sales, thrift stores. You can start getting some of that stuff now, so you could put it away in case you ever had to evacuate. Your truck may be something that you can actually sleep in, or you may not have no choice but to sleep in it, you know. Sometimes we don't have choices. And when people lose their houses and homes, you know, a lot of these people have to set up a tent somewhere, and they probably prefer to be in a van or an SUV. So there's a lot of YouTube videos on car camping, SUV camping, truck camping, van camping, RVs, travel trailers, and what have you. So it's all different types. We happen to do van camping. We got a cheap cargo van that was empty, and we do a DIY. We build it ourselves, so at any time if we want, we can take all of the stuff out, so it's not a permanent build. So that's what we have done. So you could do it any sorts of ways. So that's what we look at as far as camping. So I'll be back in a second. Also, we're looking at security. So when I do go to the campgrounds, I prefer to be in my van where I feel more secure. I don't have to worry about critters and other people as much because at least you're in your van, right? And always keep your keys, you know, close to you in case you have to sound off the alarm in case anything's coming. Or for us, we have a medium build Ford Transit. So the reason why we wanted that is because we're not tall, so we can both stand up and we could just walk right to the driver's seat and drive away in case of an emergency. So that's the reason why we picked the van that we wanted to pick. We wanted to be able to stand as we age. We didn't feel like constantly bending over all the time to accomplish things, so we can actually stand in our van, sleep in our van without any problems. And I will be showing you the inside of the van very shortly. Right now we got it taken apart because we're putting installation in it to make sure that it's ready for that summer heat or even the winter cold. So there's a couple of reasons why people do van camping, van traveling, van life. They call them nomads. It's very unfortunate when people are forced into their vans, but we have a lot of senior citizens that are trying to live off of their Social Security, but the rent has gotten too high and forced them out into their cars. We've met people that they have to live in their cars, and they have to live in their, they're 70 and 80 years old. They have to live in their SUVs. They have to live in their vans. And we have people that have just lost their homes. And a car or a van, something's better than nothing. Is it comfortable? It depends on what you have, but it's a lot more comfortable to feel safe than to be out in the street. And sometimes that's all people have in today's world. So, you know, just bring you to that little info about why people do van. And it's not really no title. A lot of people have title. What are you? We travel in our van. We don't live in our van. Hopefully we never have to, but it will be fixed in case we ever had to. And hopefully that will be a short period of time if we ever had to. So we're not trying to do that. But there's many reasons why people live in a van. Some people just like the freedom of not paying rent and a bunch of bills. Yes, you have to pay car insurance, and you may have to pay a car note. I don't. Okay, you pay the gas depending on how much you move around in your van. When people shower, they join Planet Fitness and they take the showers at different gyms. They sleep at truck stops, sleep at Planet, anything that's 24 hours. Sleep at different places that you can sleep at. You can find those on YouTube. So it's many different things. Some people just want to travel around, all the states and not have to worry about paying for reservations for hotels, which are very expensive nowadays. We also cook in our van, and also, it's many reasons why. And I just wanted to bring that to you. The reason why we do it, and it's the reason why you may see more people going into this van life. Some is it's a necessity, and for some it's travel and recreation. It'll be different reasons why. Hopefully, as we go forward in this world, it'd be more for recreation than it is a necessity, hopefully. But we have to, adapt at the way, the world goes. So, just want to be ready. Okay, so I'm just bringing this part of our new so-called channel, Van Life, because I said we was going to have topics, and I said, we're going to have some van videos and some fruit tree videos, and we're going to do some fishing also. So that's coming up too. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you do, go ahead and give that a thumbs up, subscribe, and welcome to our channel. Hope you enjoyed our channel, and you have any comments or questions, please comment down below, and I'll answer them for you shortly. Have a blessed day. Goodbye.